This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone. Now we will discuss a very interesting topic known as data pre-processing. These are the 5 steps involved in every data science project. We collect the data, store the data, process, describe with the helper diagrams, and then model the relationships among the variables involved in the data. But one step is missing here, that is known as data pre-processing. Before you do the processing, describing, and model, right, you should do one more step known as data pre-processing. If the data are in very nice format, and then you need not pre-process, you can straight away go ahead. Now what exactly is pre-processing? In many data science interviews, they ask questions on data pre-processing. So I thought better we provide an idea about this concept. Now, two of my friends who are working in the field of data science told me half of the time in a project, they say don't say 20%, 30%, half of the time in a project is usually spent on data pre-processing. Okay, three terms are often repeated: data wrangling. We talk about data wrangling in this slide, and then data cleaning that we will talk about in the next slide, and then data scaling. Please commit these terms into mind. These are often asked questions in the interview. What is data wrangling? What is data cleaning? And what is data scaling? Okay, we will see them one by one. Data wrangling. See, a courier service provides the data about a package in this format. What does the package contain, and on which day it was delivered, at which time, and then who received the parcel from the courier person. Okay, now the same data are stored by the company. He has, right, delivered to a company. Let us say they store it in a different way. For example, you see here the name is, right, specified as John Doe, but here they split it into two portions. They store John as first name and Doe as last name. So there is a change in the format. That's what I mean by data wrangling. Similarly, they give the, say what they give as a single entry is divided into two entries. And here the date and time are given as two entries. Now here they are joined into single entry. See, a given entry, single entry is divided into two entries. Two entries are combined into a single entry. It is known as a timestamp concept, right? So let us not worry about the conversion process, but these two are represented in a different format. See, the book is stored in a slightly different format. The first letter is capitalized. Even though it's a small change, it also matters. This is what storing the data which is provided in one format into another format is known as data wrangling. What is data cleaning? See, you have to fill the missing values. See, usually the data are provided in the form of a table. You should have data everywhere in all the cells. If if the data are missing in some cells, our data science techniques will not work. So how do we fill the missing values? What are the techniques that are used? And in the case of text data, how do we standardize the keywords? And of course, spelling mistakes, spelling errors are quite common. How do we handle them? And then what do we deal with, what do we do with outliers? What do you mean by outliers? Suppose I ask a person, what is your age? He says his age is 143. Now if you ask me, is it possible for a person to live up to the age of 143? Even though it is technically possible, probably he is telling the age wrongly. So better you once again ask his, right, sons and daughters, neighbors, before you enter that value in the database. Say some unusual value, like saying that one's age is 143, right, is known as an outlier. Now getting rid of all these problems come under data cleaning. Once you get rid of all these problems, you can say you have cleaned the data. Now what do you mean by data scaling? Right, see, you have a very big table. In one column all values have only single digits. In another column, most of the values have 5 digits. In one more column, all values have 7 digits. See, values in one column have only 1 digit, values in another column have 5 digits, values in another column, one more column have 7 digits. Now you should, in such cases, you should do data scaling, right? You normalize them. It means you convert the values from one format to another format in such a way that the mean of the new value will be 0 and variance of the new set of values will be 1, right? And then there is another process known as standardization. We will look at an example within the next 2 minutes, and then I will explain it very well. Now, sometimes you have to convert kilometers into miles and rupees into dollars. Suppose you buy one computer from US, another computer from an Indian company. Indian company will quote the price in rupees, American company will quote the price in dollars. Better you convert rupees into dollars or dollars into rupees, because in your records, if you are going to mention the price of a laptop in terms of rupees, the prices of all laptops should be in rupees. That will be easier for processing. Is rough idea clear? Now we already covered two concepts. Now, right, three concepts. What are they? Data wrangling, data cleaning, and data scaling. Here comes a set of very simple example. Here you see one value is missing, and here also one value is missing. In this column one value is missing, and one value is missing in this column. Now we should have values everywhere, then only the data science techniques will work. Now the question is, how do we fill up this value? Usual technique is very simple. Add all the existing values, find the average, and assume that that is the value present over here. When you take the average, it won't affect the overall analysis. And we do the same thing here also. We take all these values, 4 values. Here we have 5 values, 5 plus 4, 9 values. We add all the 9 values, divide by 9, and whatever value you get, you substitute here. This is how we normally fill up the missing values. Some people simply drop those rows in which values are missing. But when you have very little amount of data, dropping is going to be a costly affair. One more point to be noted: data science techniques will work only if you have numeric data everywhere. Now in this column you have numeric data, here also you have numeric data, but these are not numeric data, these are also not numeric data. So how you are going to convert? You will write 0 wherever you have no, you will write wherever you have yes. So this can be handled very easily, that because only two values get repeated, yes and no. So wherever you have yes, you put 1, wherever you have no, put 0, settle. So you should convert everything into numeric values, then only data science techniques can be used. But now here the conversion is not that easy. Now please go through these values. France gets repeated, Spain gets repeated, Germany gets repeated, right? And what else gets repeated? Right, only these three values gets repeated. And then how are you going to denote? Probably you will use 100 to denote this one, 101 to denote this one, 111 to denote this one. Is rough idea clear? See, France is represented as 100. Compare this value with these 3 digits, 100. So this, here also we have France, so here also we should have 100. Yes, wherever France occurs, they write 100. See, instead of Germany, they write 010. Now the third entry from the top is Germany, right? Now look at the third entry. Look at the third entry from here. First and second. Here also we have 010. Is a rough idea clear? This is how they convert, right, non-numeric value into numeric value. Non-numeric variables like this country, right, this one known as categorical variables. You can, right, say all these people belong to good people category, all those people belong to bad people category, all these products belong to good product category, all those products belong to bad product category. Okay, now we have seen how to convert the last column. It is really so simple. And then what do you mean by scaling? See here, see, all values have 2 digits, but here all values have 5 digits. So in such a case, you should do this conversion. See, this France, Spain, Germany is represented by 3 digits, right? We have seen earlier, France is represented by 100, right? Here we have France, here also we have 100. So the first 3 columns together represent country. Leave it. Now come to this column. This column, how do you get these values? All these values in the age column are converted into a particular range. They have been normalized. Now all the values will lie in the range -3 to +3. And the beauty is that all these values also are converted into this range -3 to +3. You have as many as 5 digits. Here you have only 2 digits. But the normalization technique has been devised in such a way that whether you have 2 digits or 5 digits, they will be converted into a range -3 to +3. So I think you have some idea about data pre-processing. Thank you. Now we are going to post many more videos of interesting type. So better you subscribe to this channel so that you get notification as soon as we post a new video. Thank you.